Tiger, at the age of 18 months, the kid was already in talk shows with his father, who happens to be one of the finest golf coaches, you know, the world has seen, Earl Woods, who coached the kid from literally when the kid could walk to play golf. And the common belief now, and there is so much research that's coming out on it, is that achieving greatness has nothing to do with genes, and has everything to do with something we call deliberate practice. In deliberate practice, you see, you have two people that will both practice the piano. One kid does very well, the other kid for the exact same amount of time does less well. Okay, and you say, what is the difference? A lot of it has to do with the coaching, with the level of mentoring, with whether the child, the mere fact that the child sits for 10 minutes and, you know, bangs on the piano, you know, it looks like practice, but it may not be the right kind of practice. So, coaching a child how to get the most of the time they put into whatever it is they're practicing, that's key. And which means that you have to have the right coach, no matter what the child does. So the question really becomes, you know, if I were to be born to Earl Woods, would I be the world's best golfer? If you're asking me, in all likelihood, I would be an amazing golfer. I don't know if the world's best, but an amazing golfer. Okay? It's just like my son looks at me and he says, "Oh, you teach me math because you are a math teacher, right? That's why I have to do so much math." I say, "You are absolutely right. If I was Diego Maradona, I would teach you soccer, because we teach what we know to teach, right? Because we're passionate about it, we understand the subject matter, and we know how to pass it on to somebody else. Unlike when I was a child, my father decided to cut corners on swimming lessons, so he decided that he will teach me how to swim. You know, 40 years later, the most I can say about my swimming is that I don't drown. You know, so if you're an accountant, don't teach your child how to swim. You know, like take somebody who understands, you know, how to deliver that particular skill. And there is lots to it. And this is the thing about education also, because we all went through a system, we think we're experts, right? So how many of us sit with our own kids and say, "No, sweetie, I will teach you math." Why? Because we kind of understand math. We do know that 2 and 2 is 4, and that, you know, 3 and 5 is 8, and what multiplication means. So we think, yeah, we can teach, you know, the little child math for as long as they are really young. I know the thing falls to pieces when they start going into junior high. Then you say, no, this scares me. Yeah, with my own child, with both my kids, I try to teach them how to ride a bicycle. This was one exercise in frustration. Chasing him, reading on the internet what you can do to make it easier for him. So we go to a grassy hill, you take the pedal of everything that you read that you should be doing. The kid sits on the bike to me, like 5 feet later, drops himself on the ground. I'm saying like what's wrong? Then you say, okay, fine, I'm not going to teach you to ride a bicycle, you don't want to drive, and, you know, forget about it. And then you register into something called pedal heads. A bicycle cab, you can't pick him up 3 hours later, and you see this little Asian girl called Baby Lin chasing him. He's riding perfectly after 3 hours, right? So immediately you understand that what I'm to mathematics, Baby Lin is to riding a bicycle. Okay, she knows how to do it, and this is what we mean by deliberate practice. To get yourself a good coach that will make sure that whatever it is you do it right.